Welcome back, fellow passengers. I'm your pilot, BusyBee. I'll try not to get taken out by a smoke monster. And this is my co-pilot, Hijinx, who is praying that the smoke monster takes her and fast.
Please, please, please.
The name of this episode is Raised by Another. But before we discuss the squealing heard around the world for a second week in a row, it is time for the pop culture segment. And I'm actually going to revisit the topic from last week. No, not the Olympics. Don't worry. You don't have to hear me spout off any more statistics or numbers. But this is different numbers. This is bacon numbers. Because I messed up our numbers. I even mentioned the movie.
Huh?
Tour de Pharmacy. I mentioned it. It was like, oh yeah, Kevin was in Tour de Pharmacy, and so is Orlando Bloom. Who else was in Tour de Pharmacy? J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. Oh, that's right. We did that after the episode,
yeah, we
didn't we?
discussed it after the episode. So I have to bring up in episode. I got our numbers wrong. Hijinx has a bacon number of 2. I'm a 3. Woo!
I'm very impressed with my bacon number now.
You should be really
impressed. Really.
Did you know that the bacon number game is actually like 30 years old?
Oh wow.
It was started by a couple of college kids in 94.
Oh, yeah, I knew about all that.
Yeah, so
I remember when it came out too. We used to talk. It came out in 94. Okay. I almost feel
like these guys invented the game, and then it started becoming popular after that.
I think it was like, weren't they? You said they were college kids, right?
Yeah, from
like
Albright or something like that.
I remember like the news articles and stuff when it came out, because that was like a thing. It was like a big deal.
So these 3 college students, Craig Fass, Brian Turtle, and Mike Ganelli, invented the game that became known as the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon after seeing 2 movies on television that featured bacon back to back, which were Footloose and The Air Up There.
Oh, I didn't know. I forgot he was in that.
Well, I mean, adds to the bacon number.
Seriously.
But, enough about that, because this is Lost Eat My Podcast.
It's not Bacon Ate. It's not Bacon Ate My Podcast.
No, but that could be a whole thing.
Or Lost Ate My Bacon
podcast.
Lost Ate My Bacon.
Oh, they better not have taken my bacon. I like bacon.
By the way, newsflash: Kevin Bacon was never on Lost. So
yes, but he was in Tour de Pharmacy, and so was J.J. Abrams, and J.J. directed it.
And I have met J.J. Abrams numerous
and I've met
a few times. Well, came out of me.
Ew. Details not needed.
TMI.
Look, she'll never let me live it down, folks, because I was 10'5", 10 pounds, 5 ounces. So was my brother.
But you were shaped like Buddha. This still has nothing to do with Lost.
I don't care. My fat could keep my head up.
Yep.
They could sit me on a counter like day one.
No, no. No, but I could hold you by your arms, and all that fat in your face would hold you up. My chubby baby.
Now the real reason why she won't forgive me for that is because my child was an ounce under 6 pounds.
Half your size, less than half your size.
No, it's more than half.
Oh, yeah, but still, might as well have been.
She held my child for the first time and said, "Where's the rest of her?"
Seriously.
So,
all right.
Hey, this is appropriate. This episode is Raised by Another, and it's all about babies.
Right.
So it's all about babies.
Hey, babies.
So we were on topic, kind of.
Claire, talking about, and let's talk about the fact they made Claire gigantoprego, by the way. I mean, she looked that is what I looked like when I was pregnant. Like I had swallowed a gigantic beach ball. So
not even a watermelon, folks, a beach ball.
Yeah, seriously. That's what I looked like when I was pregnant, at least with BusyBee.
I don't watch the video when I'm doing cuts. For those of you who are wondering, she said my real name, so there's been a cut, but she did the action mark with her hand.
Well, I gave a beep sound too, so you could find it.
No, that helps. I still have to listen to it.
Ew, gross. Why?
Find it.
Ew, gross. Why?
Ew, gross. Why?
But yes, this is it. This is Claire's first background or flashback, sorry.
Something else happened in this episode.
What?
The flight got numbered.
Yes, they mentioned 8:15 a couple of times. Oh wow.
It only took
I
them
know.
10 episodes, 9
It
episodes.
was that was I was like, is this I did wonder if that was the first time we had heard the flight or not.
It is because I've been attentive, very attentive. But we also
Well,
get to the manifest.
that probably means that they must have finally written Hurley's episode.
Hugo Reyes, they named him.
Yep.
So
We
I'm
got
guessing
hit.
they got his episode made.
Yep. Well, I honestly believe that's true because we should, I would think from here on out, we should start to see numbers popping up since
And I'll get a whole
8:15.
new segment.
Yoo-hoo! But yeah, that definitely means that they have probably started plotting out I almost said
Jorge.
Jorge's.
It's his.
Hugo's. It is his. But yeah, we probably should start keeping an eye out for the numbers since they got
The
mentioned.
numbers
And
man.
yeah, we got um Hurley's real name because yeah, that definitely means they've at the very least have
Started
started
plotting.
started plotting out
Character development. All that fun stuff.
character development for him. But yep, let's go on with Claire.
Yeah, so
The I will say sad fact, but okay. I mean, I love Lost, adore Lost.
mhm.
Way too many characters because I honestly
There's only
remembered
48 on the plane
for well, yeah,
that survived in this section.
you must be counting the pilot, aren't you?
No, they weren't counting the pilot. There were
Well,
48 survivors in the fuselage. So 49 with the pilot. And then we got Danielle. And then we have Ethan, who's totally not
Ethan
Lance.
doesn't count. I'd say Ethan doesn't count. Um, no,
He
but I was talking about.
counts.
Oh, stop it! He doesn't count because he's not on the manifest. I know.
We've been waiting for this episode for a while.
You have been waiting for this
I've been
episode.
waiting for this episode for a while.
You won't shut up about this episode. Um,
Technically,
but
it's
what
the
I was
next one.
saying, can I get back to the point?
No.
Oh, well, too bad. I'm going to ignore you as you like I did your entire life.
Yeah,
So,
30 years.
when I when it was opening up on her story, I'm like, you, I I would have never remembered her baby daddy's name. I didn't even.
Thomas.
Yes, Thomas. But I'm saying as it started showing her story, I was like, the only thing I remembered about Claire's story is that at
He's a
some
bad
point,
word.
well, no, that I didn't remember anything about the baby daddy or that part of the story. I just remembered that she had been planning to give him up for adoption and then didn't. I'd forgotten about the psychic until he showed up, and I was like, oh yeah, she had the crazy psychic dude. But it's like I didn't remember any of the story with Thomas. I was like, God, it's just
I like how
there's
Charlie
just
solved that like 3-month mystery for her. Like, oh, he wanted you to get on this plane. He probably knew it was gonna go down. Claire's like, that son.
that son of a biscuit.
Yes, son of a
No,
nut.
but I mean, it's I it is one of the thing that and I think that in because after Lost there became a lot of Lost like shows
Mhm.
like and it is the thing that the copycats kind of learned from is to not have such a large cast because it's so hard to keep up with all of them and have so many stories because we're already spoiler alert the next episode is already a second story of somebody we've already done.
I haven't looked at it yet.
I didn't tell you who.
Spoiler. I know it's only one of like 9, 10 people.
Well, there you go, but I'm saying
They have so much more cast to get through.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I was
It
like there
means it's not Hurley.
I know. Well, and again,
Dang it.
that's what I'm saying though. They've already had a powwow about the next group of stories. So he should be coming pretty soon. But the fact that they're already doing a second story on one of the main characters is like, again, they just got too, I mean, as much as I love them, they had too many characters. I will say that flat out. And I love them, but
Don't
it's just
worry.
pretty.
Hurley knows your pain after doing his manual manifest before fighting the actual manifest.
Yep. Um, and I was also kind of gobsmacked that it was Boone of all people that,
Yeah, there's a manifest.
yeah, for Boone to have a legit good piece of advice or idea was just like, oh wow, that came from Boone. Because I was trying to remember who remembered the manifest, and I was like, wow, Boone. That didn't track in my head. I don't know.
I couldn't remember who had it, but the moment he said, "Who do you think?" I'm like,
Oh
"Oh, yeah,
no, I knew.
that makes sense."
No, I knew who had it, but I couldn't remember who told Hurley to about the manifest. It wasn't Boone in my head, but I was like, oh wow, Boone, really? Poor Boone.
But I did love how Hurley convinced Sawyer to give up the manifest. Dude, you could use the points.
Dude, you could use the points. But I love that about Hurley because he's just about the only person who could use that line and it work on Sawyer. Him and Kate are probably the only two.
Oh yeah.
Excuse you.
Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm tired.
How dare you?
Not all of us are on a night schedule.
What? It's like still morning for me.
Yeah, she says, looking outside at the dark window.
I was looking at Grogu. He's over there.
It's Grogu.
I moved him. He used to be over there. Now he's over there.
Is that the Grogu that goes on top of the you know who? Oh, you have headphones on, Alexa.
Yes, he's on Alexa. And technically, Alexa sits in him.
That's weird.
No, it's not.
Alexa sits in him? Weird.
Well, he's like a chair. His head is like a chair.
Now, his head isn't that flat.
Technically, his head is missing, and it's just his ears.
He
And like
this is
the
like taxidermy over
bowl, it's like a bowl of his head. Okay, let's get off of Grogu.
there.
Anyway,
Gross goo.
so yeah, no, but I'd forgotten it was Boone. But it's just, I mean, as much as I love the characters, yeah, it's a lot. Even with 22 plus episodes in a season, so many characters and backstories.
That's
And
why
like I
they
said,
started killing them off. They had to kill the pilot on
hey,
his episode.
spoiler.
They had We've
I
already
know,
gotten past the pilot.
I know, but it's like it is that kind of the thing, like where I'm kind of looking forward to some of them getting killed off, just so that we get more of their backstories. It's like, man, we could really use a few. We could really get.
We need to trim the herd.
Well, I mean, and
Thin it out.
again,
There we go. Thin
we
the herd.
we get like a flash of Sawyer, a flash of Shannon and Boone. It's like, they've got too many characters to keep up with, and knowing what's gonna come later on, there will be more. I didn't say what. I didn't say who. And then yeah, we've like got Saeed in long enough for him to talk to alert everyone to the French woman and that there are others.
I mean, does Jack really believe that at this point in time?
Well,
Because he only has Saeed's.
I know, but Saeed is like bleeding. Remember, Saeed's got the massive thigh wound.
Look, Saeed could have taken a tumble, hit his head.
But it's his thigh that's bleeding, not his head.
Both. Taking a tumble down a slope, hurt his thigh, hit his head.
No, I think of all the people there, Saeed is one of the few that he does trust to be sane.
Well,
but we'll see. Anyway, but yeah, considering what the very end of the episode shows us, yeah, he's gonna be a believer like right now.
Right.
Well, because Hurley just told him that Ethan's not on the manifest.
Well, yeah, but that means there was proof outside of just bleeding Saeed.
again. So Jack is going to be a believer like right now.
Well, now he is. I'm saying for the past 15 minutes of trying to tend to crazy Saeed, he's not going to believe him until Hurley's like, there's somebody not on the manifest.
Okay, whatever. Yes, I do
It's
believe he
Lance.
believes it.
I mean, Ethan.
Well, but again, the first thing Saeed says they found the French woman, and they all heard the French woman's broadcast. So that's at least one other person.
Still crazy.
I found her. She's still crazy.
Look, she stabbed me. I didn't stab myself. I didn't go tumbling down a set of rocks. There's no proof. But
Wait, was this is his injury from stabbing or from didn't she, or when she shot?
stab, shot,
Was it a
stick
stab?
through the leg. We'll never know. At least Jack won't. He's too busy trying to figure out where Claire is. That wound's gonna fester. Jack's priorities are all over the place.
Oh,
So
yeah.
something really cool happened at the very beginning of the episode, which was
What's that?
that dream sequence. And Locke has the cards,
Mm-hmm.
and when he draws them, it's a knife sound. The shing.
Oh.
And also
Okay, I
his
pay attention to
eyes,
that.
one white, one black.
Oh, did he have the backgammon eyes?
Yeah, he did.
I missed that.
And
Well, I
I
mean, I
was
saw
half
him.
watching
I
the
didn't
episode.
see. Well, I thought I was watching it. Maybe there was a glare on my TV, but I didn't remember. I mean, I remember that being a thing at some point, but I didn't realize it was in that scene.
And also, one of my nightmares started in this episode, which was when she goes to reach into the cradle and it's just blood. And I had nightmares about that.
I will tell you
I
this.
still do.
Emily DeRaven's scream is unearthly. I mean, she
Emily
should have
DeRaven,
gotten
she's amazing.
her scream is just ridiculously good. I mean, that she needs to do horror films because that was a fantastic scream. I mean, I was like, my neighbors are going to call the cops. I mean, that was a ridiculously good scream. Very believable. Both of them from both of her night terrors.
Her night terror screams. Oh my God. Charlie, like, hey. Trying to catch her, trying to calm her down.
It's like, wait, where are you going?
Just wait a minute. Claire, it's me. It's Charlie. Stay, stop.
Charlie, it's me. Charlie, stop.
It's going on and on and
And
on.
Jack once again proving he has absolutely zero in the way of bedside manner. That's why he's a surgeon.
Yeah.
Here, I want you to take these sedatives because I 100% do not believe a word you said.
Yeah, don't worry. Won't harm the baby.
And then Charlie immediately is like, "What did you say to her?" Because obviously, there everybody knows it's Jack. Jack said something. That's why they ran off because Jack zero bedside manner.
He's too busy being a leader, a
No, it's
shepherd.
but again, that's why he's a surgeon and not a family practice doctor.
Why he's not a
Because
nurse.
I've worked for surgeons and that's how they are. That is a 100% accurate representation of surgeons. They
I
are
find that
not known.
hilarious because I've been watching Grey's Anatomy as well. It's actually up on my other screen right now. And it's them being like very dismissive to a patient at the moment. That's what it's paused on.
Yeah, they're just. I don't even think Grey's Anatomy depicts them correctly because just surgeons are just not known for their.
Now, the guy who took out my gallbladder, that surgeon, amazing bedside manner.
All right.
Really nice, really funny, really excited to do a gallbladder surgery a different way than normal. He is very much geeking out over it.
Well, you had the robot guy, didn't you?
Hmm.
Well, I had the robot
And
guy too. So.
they had to go in differently because of all my other scar tissue.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did have the different stuff going on with you, but yeah,
I'm all
traditionally,
messed up inside.
yes, you are.
Half my
And
stuff.
and also you have the scar tissue stuff. But did you not get that I was saying you're just messed up?
Yeah, no, I got it. I'm aware.
I'm aware. But of course, that's from your dad's side. Um,
Sure. Let's go with that.
mhm. Um,
So hold on. Before we continue, Squishy, she she'll be doing something. I'll go, you know, you're weird, right? She's like, yep. I'm like, you know where you get it from? Daddy. I'm like, good girl.
Trained her right.
We all know it's from me, but she claims
And,
it's from Daddy.
and Taco Grande.
And the Taco Grande, which is what we call my father. We can't have normal names in this household. Are you kidding me?
Exactly. That's the way we roll.
Hijinx goes by Jinxie.
See? Keeps it in the family, keeps it clear.
And she's the one who gave Squishy Squishy. I didn't want to know the gender. She came over and poked me in the belly and went, Squishy. Oh, that's what we're going to call it.
Oh, and also it was the jellyfish from Finding
It's
Nemo.
the jellyfish from Finding Nemo. And that's why you, me, and Junior all have jellyfish tattoos now.
Exactly. A squishy.
Squishy.
And
I like
now we
how
can be found in public.
now we can be seen out in public. Is that what you said?
I said now we can be found in public.
Oh, found in public.
Find three people wearing with jellyfish tattoos.
Hmm.
Um,
We didn't tell you where they are.
topic,
You won't find us.
topic. Where were we?
Uh, you want to switch to the fandom topic, or do you want to finish talking
No,
about the
I
episode?
mean,
Oh,
I'm saying where were we since we tangented did.
who knows? Who cares? As long as we talk about the episode.
I think we're talking about Claire. But anyway,
Her screams.
her screams are otherworldly. That was Emily. Adorable Emily.
Her screams are good in almost anything she's in. Another show she was in that Hijinx and I both love. I almost called you Jinxie. That Hijinx and I both love is Once Upon a Time, which is like fairy
Oh yeah.
tales but set in now.
I
And
didn't
she,
finish it once upon a time.
well, you know that she plays Belle.
Yeah, I think I got to I do think I got to her episodes. Did she come in season two?
2 or 3, yeah.
I think it was two
There's
because
like
I only
7 seasons.
I know, but I only got through like the first two. So first two or
So,
three, I think.
so you have no idea that Jorge's in there.
No, I didn't see Jorge.
I
Shush.
I
Shut up.
I'm not gonna spoil anything about it. I when I saw him in the show, I was like, oh, another lost person.
Well,
And
isn't
that was
it
Belle.
done? Didn't it get done
It's
by
ABC.
Ed? I mean, but didn't it get done by Ed and I mean by oh, what's their names? Dang it.
I'm looking it up. Ed, oh, Kitsis and Adam Horowitz.
Yes,
Yes.
I know them. They used to do Alias, I think.
All the things, mother.
Yeah, I think they used to do Alias. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Now we can go to whatever the next topic you have on the agenda is, unless you have other
One
comments. Your
last thing.
attack.
Ethan.
Who?
Ethan. Lance.
He
That's
had
who.
that he had that face. He had his scary face on
He had
at
a
the
scary
end.
face on at the end. Oh, oh, it's so good. But
He
I love
attacked
the
me.
fact that at the beginning of the episode, and they're like, "We gotta find him. Let's go out and let's spread out." And Jack's like, can you go get water?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, I can."
Yeah,
Didn't suspect me
dude.
one bit.
Let me get out of here.
Let me go get that water and make myself useful so they don't look at me. And it worked. No one looked at him
Nope.
until Boone in his big mouth mentioned the manifest.
Yep. Um, yeah, and then he comes back.
So before we start the fandom topic, I'll just have you know in the Discord, somebody posted a picture of himself with Mr. Maypother.
Oh, I've got pictures on my Facebook.
I know his hair is so long in this photo.
Is he wearing the blue shirt or the black shirt?
He's wearing like a tealish bluish shirt.
Okay, that's from the second DLA. The first the first DLA he was wearing a black shirt. The second one he was wearing the tealish blue long sleeve. Yeah, and that's the one where his hair is really long.
So Lost Burr Matt.
Brer, like Brer
That's
Rabbit.
Brer. What the heck is Brer Rabbit?
How dare you? I'm disowning you now.
The books are mine. Um
Nope, nope.
Bubba's
Bubba's
getting
getting the
out
books.
now.
Uncle
Anyway,
Tom. Oh my God. I can't Brer Rabbit, really? Song of the South.
first of all, the only thing about Song of the South I know is zippity doo dah, zippity a. It's the only thing I know. Because remember, that thing got shelved before I was born.
I know, but I have Joel Chandler Harris. I have the book, The Complete Tales of Uncle Remus.
And my mind gets blown once again today, I guess.
You're
Anyway,
welcome.
Les Brer Matt posted it in our Discord
Yes.
with the caption, and to make Busy Bee jealous. And it's a picture with him and Ethan.
You're welcome. Way to
Er.
go, Matt. Go, Matt. It's your birthday.
He also posted a picture of Mira sitting on the table at Dragon Con.
That's probably my picture he posted
I have no idea.
because I'm the one that took a picture of her. She's got like one leg crooked under her and the other one.
Yeah, they're both crooked under her, but
Are they?
eh,
Yeah. Well, because I'm trying to think if Matt, I don't think Matt's been to Dragon Con. So it's probably my picture.
maybe.
Yeah, because I told you she was sitting up on the,
There's an I want to believe poster behind her with a UFO.
yeah, yeah.
And I'll try
That's
to post these on the Instagram
somewhere.
or Twitter.
Okay.
X. Ugh.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
probably, yeah, I think that's from, I told you I have like, um, well, I had a Flickr group for a while too, but I have, um, we had a Lost Date My Life group on Facebook for a while.
well then.
And then again, like I said, I have all my fandom pictures on Facebook and Dragon Con photos. I've got Dragon Con and my Lost fan party photos on Flickr as well, which I think I'm friends with Lost Prayer Matt there, maybe. Anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mhm. So one of the topics he brought up, because Matt, he went and like listed like 18 different topics that you and I could talk about since you and I have been running a little dry. Um,
Well, busy. Thank you, Matt. You're fantastic.
yeah.
Also, best person to go to Disneyland and or Disney World with. Best, best, best. Indiana Jones ride with him. Funnest experience I've ever had on a ride at Disney World. Oh, wait. I mean, we did at Disneyland, but it's at Disney World too. And he's also the most fun person to ride the tram with.
Okay. So one of the topics he brought up was it says the ARG and the larger universe tie-ins, which includes Slusho. So I'm guessing that means alternate reality.
It's not, well, I actually don't remember what ARG stood for, but I kind of called them side quests, but they started, and Cloverfield was one of the big things they started with, but there would be like other games or kind of side quests, Easter eggy type things that you could do online. Like
Hmm.
when you're waiting for something to come out, like when the Cloverfield, when everybody's anticipating a Cloverfield movie to come out, they had like a kind of, it was a campaign that you would search for clues about the movie
Oh wait, was
online. And Slusher was a big one.
but that was also like
It was
if
about
you
the
did
Japanese.
certain things in on like the menu screens of the Cloverfield DVD, you'd find some of those clues.
Yeah. And so they had a website, and it had to do, so Slusho was supposedly, I gotta see if Matt's making me dig way into the back of my memory banks,
There
but
is a fandom page for it.
oh, well,
Guess what I have up right now?
hopefully that fandom page. But I do know it had to what when you eventually unlocked everything, it had to do with it would explain the origin story of the monster in Cloverfield. So what
Mm.
it does is it would give you like
Oh,
a
Clover.
backstory to what happened in the movie. And I'm pretty sure it had to do with like some kind of chemical spill or whatever from the soft drink, because Slusho was a soft drink slushy kind of machine that came from Japan. That was, it was really, I mean, they didn't, and that was the other thing, they didn't actually talk about it in the movie, but you see like a sign for it and you see like a t-shirt for it or whatever
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't
in,
the brother wearing the t-shirt?
yeah.
Yeah.
He was wearing the t-shirt. And it says like Slusho on the back. It says you can't drink just six. I know that because I have a t-shirt. Thank you, Berkey. Berkey sent me one for my birthday.
Oh,
I still
Perky.
have it. Oh, and I have a hat too. I
I
have a
know you have the
Slusho
hat.
hat. Ironically, not ironically, but a JJ thing. Like I said, he likes to cross over stuff in his shows, which he'll do. I mean, in a lot of just like Stephen King does that with his dairy universe will show up across his books. The characters will pop up in various books and stuff. There is an episode of Alias where um, they go into a convenience store and there's a slusho machine, and so I think I think it's Weiss and Vaughn or something talking about getting a slusho. Anyway, just a thing that I know because I'm weird. But anyway, so yeah, the ARG was they were, like I said, it was you were going around the internet looking for clues. And yeah, if you went to the website and plugged in the clues the right way, then you ended up getting the backstory. And like I said, there was something about, if I remember correctly, and BusyBee can tell me if I'm wrong or not, since she's got it pulled up. Um, there's some sort of spill or something from the Slusho plant that got into the waters, and that's what created the monster that turned into the Cloverfield monster. Is that what it
That's
says
what
on there?
I'm researching right now. There was an event. There's a secret language. A hat with the Slusho
Either
logo.
that or,
Something wrapped in tin foil. With a note on it saying, "Don't eat this. Possible evidence. Freeze as soon as possible."
oh, does this have the Apollo bars too? Or the
I
Apollo
don't know
bars
if the
something
Apollo bars
else?
are something else, but we can talk about the Apollo bars while I continue reading.
No, the Apollo bars, I can't remember which. That was part of a ARG too, but I don't remember if those were for Cloverfield or if those are for Lost. I don't remember, but you know, Bad Robot likes to do all those kind of backstory kind of things to get people interested. And it's those are kind of things that like the information you find out from them are not necessary for you to enjoy, necessary for you to, they don't reveal some major plot point that's necessary for you to enjoy the show or whatever, but it's essentially for like kind of the uber geek types that like to get all the backstories, you know, or who just like to do that internet sleuthing kind of stuff. Um, we had done when I think the year I went out to Comic Con, they had something similar. They had kind of an on-site thing at Comic Con for Fringe.
Hmm.
Like if you they passed out this little like a card with Fringe on it, and you had to call this number, and it told you which booth to go to pick up the next thing. So you kind of had like a scavenger hunt kind of thing. And then when you went through it all, you got to go up to this rooftop parking lot and watch the premiere episode of Fringe,
Ooh,
which I did. It was actually really cool.
nice.
But you had to like get all the clues to be able to get the pass to go up there it gives you the date, which evening and which
Mm.
time, and it gave you the pass to go up there. And it was like on this gigantic screen at night in downtown LA or whatever, or San Diego. And yeah, it was really cool. But
So I
what were you gonna
found
say?
out that the bars are mostly for Lost, but they've appeared in Scrubs, They've appeared in Once Upon a Time, which I knew that. They were pretty big in Once Upon a Time. They were in Call of Duty Modern Warfare
Okay.
3, though they changed the name to Abolo. It was in Brooklyn
Okay,
Nine-Nine
so that was Lost.
for an episode. And it was also in
Well,
Purge Election Year, which I love the Purge movies.
okay, so yeah, that was Lost then. I couldn't remember if Apollo was for Cloverfield or Lost. But yeah, that was, and again, there was some sort of, they had them for a tie-in somewhere along the line and Lost for like, and because Lost had some ARGs too. God, for the life of me, I can't think of it. By the way, I don't know if you want to keep this in that or not, but I did find with the stuff that I brought back, I found my box that has all my Lost Ate My Life notes, and I found my fandom stuff that has like my Lost magazines.
We're gonna do a dive into one of the magazines. I might even create a board just for the magazines.
Well, yeah, and like I said, I'm friends with Tara Bennett, who wrote a lot of the articles for the Lost magazine. So if there's, I may be able to pick her brain on some stuff and see if she has any insight she wants to give. She's a hoot. But anyway, so yeah, get off of
I'm
that.
sorry. It's so interesting to read. I'll have to go back and read this all later. I love multiverse concepts or alternate reality concepts.
Yeah.
It's also fun.
Well, it's not even really, yeah, I mean, it's meant to be, like I said, it's kind of like playing, well, this is before we really didn't have any like game tie-in kind of stuff, but it's kind of like attaching a little bit of a Dungeon and Dragons universe to where it's kind of like all it's like you can play this game if you want to, but if you don't want to, it's cool. It's not going to detract from the show. If you want to just watch the show, that's fine. But hey, if you want to be more involved in this universe, you can go play this, and it's taking place in this universe, kind of
Basically,
thing.
it's if the bonus features had bonus features.
Exactly. If you were like my son who gets an Assassin's Creed game and wants to tick off every single side quest and have
That's
100%
me with
completion,
Skyrim. I still
this
haven't
is
hit
for you.
100% completion. There's too many quests.
His
I
Bubba.
don't know. He maybe. I don't know. They keep coming out with updates.
I just I know that I just know that uh your other cousin
Oh, okay.
E
So Ava the
he
artist, brother.
yeah, but yeah, he complains about the fact that Bubba always gets 100% completion on the games he does. I was like, he goes in, finishes the game, then goes back and goes for the
Mhm.
completion. Like a
So a true
nerd.
nerd usually
But
plays through the
anyway,
game 3 times. First time usually on easy difficulty, just so you get the storyline. Second time is to actually give yourself something difficult to do, so you do it on normal mode, if not proud mode. The third time is to get everything you missed the first 2 times.
I don't think Bubba ever plays on easy
I know. He's one of those two completers.
mode.
Junior is a
All
three
right.
timer.
Anyway, so
He will do it on easy mode first just so he gets the story mode and he knows what to expect when he actually goes through it. Second time through, he's actually trying. So he has it on normal mode. And a lot of achievements for like Xbox or PlayStation won't let you get it unless you're on normal or higher. So doing it on easy mode, you won't get most of the achievements. So you have to do it on normal or higher after that. And then the time after that, he's just going for everything else he missed. Like completing it in so many minutes for a certain mission, whatever the
yeah.
case may be.
Well, I mean, what's funny is that so what happens in Lost, especially as they get as it gets further into the show, is that Lost itself becomes like almost like a working ARG because of all of the Easter eggs they start embedding in it with the numbers and with the books, and people start, and I mean, and that's where, you know, the guy who I wrote the book with, John Lakotas, who was like Doc
Mm.
Arts, he had a blog that did theories, which I mean really dove into all the different theories that were going
I
on
would love to see if we can find some of
about
those
the show.
theories and do an episode on theories, maybe at the end of season one, where we can explore what people were thinking at the
Which,
time. We know what happens, but
yeah, I mean, it was, which I mean, like I can pull my book out and see what it said. I never paid attention to any of those.
I want to, but I'm trying to avoid
Just
spoilers.
because,
Spoilers.
no, I mean,
Spoiler
spoiler
hurts.
hurts. Um, yeah, I mean, I mean, because there were people who, dove down every rabbit hole and that was the fun part of it. I mean, you could watch Lost just to enjoy the plot or, just, watch everything for the surface value and want to be surprised each week, not worry about what all was going on, just watch all the episodes and be fine with it. But there was plenty of extra stuff added into each episode that you could nitpick to your heart's delight and try to predict what was going to happen or try to figure out what each book meant or each number meant and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of that happened as well. And there were blogs about it. And so like I said, the show itself kind of worked that into it. Like if you want to be a part of it's like you can just watch the show and enjoy it, but if you want to spend time on the threaded board discussing, what did this, oh, we saw this that Sawyer is reading this book by this author, what, and people would start breaking apart what the theme of that book was, how they thought it related to Lost, possibly. Oh, who do you think? Maybe this character possibly has the character in this book's backstory, or it's similar. And what do you think that means for the show? And so there was a lot of that.
So while she was talking, I created a new threader board.
Threaded,
Red dude, threader. It's I and it's a threader
threaded,
board. Um, because
threaded.
threader linear. Yeah, it has the R's. Anyway, this new one is called Spoiler Hurts. And I said, this is the Spoiler Hurts channel. You may speak about anything that happens at any time in the show in this channel, no matter where Lamp, which is Losty My Podcast, is currently. Just know BusyBee is muting this channel.
You will not find me
I'm
here.
gonna mute it. I don't want to
No
know.
touchy.
I don't want to know. Mute channel until I turn it
So
back
we,
on.
so we're gonna talk. So we'll talk
Yeah, y'all
about
can
you in
talk
there.
about me. I don't care.
Good. Come at me,
Come at
bro.
me, bro. I find it hilarious that I find it hilarious that I do call my brother that.
I told my brother that you called your brother that. He also found that hilarious, considering his first name is not Joseph.
Which I do have family members whose names
You
are
don't have.
Joseph. It's just not my brother. He's Broseph.
Nope.
She's rolling her eyes at me.
The question is, does he answer you?
He goes, what?
Oh, okay. Well, as long as he answers to it, even though it's
Yup.
not his name,
Yup, yup,
but
yup, yup,
it's fine.
yup.
It's fine. Oh, he answers to Bubba, and that's not
Mhm.
his name either. So
Yeah, it's supposed to be Bubba.
he answers it. He doesn't. No. He answers. He answers that
It's
unwillingly.
also what? Less aggressive, but still there.
This is his niece calling him that.
Uncle
Uncle
Bubba.
Bubba.
So before we sign off, we mentioned it before we started the podcast because I was mentioning that I was going to go over the Slusho as our fandom topic.
Mm.
And we mentioned how it did relate to Cloverfield and how once it came out on DVD, I watched it nonstop for a week straight. I would come home and play the movie
Yep.
over and over and over again. Think I recorded it out at 17
Yes.
times in a week?
Yes. BusyBee was somewhat obsessed with the movie
So
Cloverfield.
good. Anyway, what I was going to say, we were talking about that whole ARG thing. And I remember if you went to scene selection or chapter selection, whatever it was, and you went move the mouse or whatever it is over to the last four chapters, and then left it there for 3 minutes, a new chapter would magically appear.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was the
And
other
that's how
thing
we would
because
find the stuff.
there were, yeah, because that was, God, I forgot about, yeah, there were certain DVDs or whatever, because you could do that on some of the Alias DVDs too. If you moved your mouse, if you put the DVD in your computer and you move your mouse to a certain place on the DVD or on the screen, there'd be like a new place you could click and it would be an Easter egg
I wonder if any
on
of the
the
lost DVDs did
DVD.
that.
I can't remember. I know the Alias one did, like the bonus DVD and the Rambaldi box, because that's where the picture of you and your brother is.
Oh yeah.
Because there is,
If you want to
ironically,
know what Busy Bee looked like
on
as a
this,
kid, you got to go watch Rambaldi. Yep.
well,
The
no,
Kingdom
it's
of
in the Rambaldi box. There's an extra disc, like with special features or whatever. When you put that disc in and find that, I can't remember where it is, but ironically, the special feature is Easter eggs on Easter eggs. And my dear friend Rick Orsi, who's credited as J.R. Orsi, who is a writer on Alias, he is talking to the camera about spoilers and or what they would do. Was he talking about spoilers or Easter eggs? Now I
Both.
can't remember.
Both is good.
I don't remember. He was talking either about Easter eggs in the show or talking about spoilers. But as he's sitting there, there's a bulletin board behind him, and on the bulletin board is the Christmas card that I sent him that year. And on that Christmas card is a picture of my kids. So my kids are on a Ramball is are in the Alias box set on the um on the special features
Accidentally not
disc.
quite so
So
famous.
yeah,
That's what we
but
are.
and Rick and I are still friends. I still keep up
The
with him,
Orsi brothers, didn't they have an
but
issue with their
that was very
IMDb
cool.
many moons ago? Was that what didn't they?
I don't think so.
I could have swore it was they had them both as the same person or something like that when IMDb was first becoming a
No,
thing.
I don't think
Mm.
so. I don't remember if they were. I mean, Rick's brother is Roberto, who Bob Orsi, but and Roberto is the one who is usually partnered with Alex Kurtzman.
Yes. Love all three.
But and they're the ones who did the Star Trek and
Yes.
did a bunch of other shows.
We'll dive into them as well.
They were also they had also done um
I
Alias.
think they did the 100. If I'm not crazy.
I don't know.
100.
But anyway, and ironically, I became friends with Rick on the fuselage
Oh, did you really?
or through the fuselage. Yep.
But so do you have anything else to talk about? Or are we ready to ski-daddle?
Oh, I think we're good.
Alrighty, well, we didn't have any real comments or anything that we gotta worry about. Let's see here. I am trying to look up my stuff to make sure I'm not crazy.
Oh,
Oh,
too late.
there it goes. Darn. Nope, they were not a part of it. But they were part of
Shh.
Eagle Eye and Star Trek and everything else. So that's what I was looking up.
Yeah,
Sorry, my bad. I have the wrong screen.
it's
I
all
got
right.
too many screens open. I just realized I pulled up the wrong screen again. There we
You.
go. That's why I keep pulling up the wrong screen. I'll cut this out. I have BusyBee stuff open and Lost in My Podcast stuff open. Every time I click on the Lost Podcast and I try to select a different tab, I realize now that I actually have the Lost in My Podcast a little bit smaller than BusyBee. So every time I pull it up, I'm actually clicking on the BusyBee thing and pulling it back up. It's throwing me off. So yeah, I was looking at our analytics and stuff. Thank you, everyone. We have a total of 4 subscribers on YouTube. Look at us go.
Yay.
I'm one of them. I don't count.
Shush.
No, I totally count. Or no, it's not me. It's somebody else. Somebody's throwing things. For the record, I'm sorry, but if you catch it, we do quote Emperor's New Groove a lot.
We quote the best movie ever made by
We
Disney.
quote a lot of things.
Like a
A
lot, a
lot.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
weird.
weird. Okay, so yeah, don't really have anything else. It's been so much fun diving into this ARG. Not necessarily quite associated with Lost, but Lost has its own ARG that we talked about, so and it's
Well,
all
like I said,
JJ
they did.
adjacent, so
I well, I like I said, I can't remember from the first year if they did anything. I'm sure they did, but I'm pretty sure they did in the subsequent year. And again, I would need to kind of dive into some of my records to remember it. Again, as you know, I have blocked most of this off, and I'm being forced to dig it all back to kind of crack it open and remember stuff. But now that I've unearthed stuff from my storage unit, I may be able to remember more of this stuff. So, but I remember the Apollo bars, and I remember there was something that they had, and like they would have hints. I think maybe even some in the Lost magazines. So I'll have to check that too because it was like a affiliated with the show.
affiliating.
But I'll have to check it out. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Well, if that's all we got, thank you all for joining us on the flight today. I'm sorry that hijinx did not get taken by the smoke monster. She tried really hard, but
I did. I ran right in its path and it was just like,
stepped right over her. She didn't know what to do.
that's
She
right.
stood there looking a little lost, as
As
always.
always.
And as always, I am Busy Bee. That was hijinks, and enjoy your night, day, whatever it is for you. Look, we record these at night. What do you want from
Okay.
me? They go up in the morning. They get recorded at night. It's all screwed up for you anyway, too.